So, a bit of a deep reflective video for you this morning, or whenever you get to listen to this, is really about if you want to be loved, you love yourself. If you desire that courage to do the things that you want to do, to say the things you want to say, and to meet those things, those experiences that you desire, all that courage that you want to do, the courage, that expansion that you're desiring, you need to love yourself first. And if you want freedom to be yourself, that whole sense of peace, expansion in your heart, you need to love yourself. And this has been my whole journey. No matter what I do, whether it's different containers, the way I work hands-on, or whether it's online, it's always about the essence of coming back to self through the emotion that is, the energy that is love, is what created us ultimately. And that's the light that's within us, the whole love to heal. It's all about reconnecting to the light that's within you, reconnecting to your body and who you truly are. And when you can hold that space for yourself, when you can realize the actual true beauty that you are, and this isn't about telling yourself and just multiple affirmations, this is about really truly feeling it, really truly holding that and experiencing that, knowing that you are love, and that you can move through those patterns and those belief systems that has you believe that you're not worthy, that you're not good enough, and all the fears, all those layers, all those belief systems and the conditioning that we hold. But they're not our truth. They're just this sort of skin, this protective layer that's just been built up around this light that we are. And this light is ultimately growing, it's expanding, and it could be the fire of self-love, it could be that conscious rage. But ultimately, it's this light is trying to seek full embodiment within us. And those that are conscious that are doing this, it'll be an exciting time. It will be much more, like I say, conscious, and that you can see where your barriers are, and where you need to bring boundaries in, healthy boundaries in, and to know whether it's fear or is it love, and is it the people pleaser, is it the sacrificing one's peace, one's desires, because you don't maybe think you can ask for that. And it's, or you're worthy of that, or if you ask too much, will it get taken away from you? That's an interesting one. And so when you put in place these boundaries, does that mean you're cutting things off? But what you've got to look at is, what is the boundary that you're putting in? Is it coming from a place of love, self-love? Or is it coming from a place of fear, of protection and things? And so there is a fine balance between it. But if you're putting it from a place of self-love, then if it's not met with an equality, if you're not met with that, then you know that it wasn't aligned to you in the first place. And so it's a really beautiful process of discernment, of not wasting your energy and time, and just purely being true to yourself and these healthy boundaries. And boundaries for me it's been like a challenge to express them, to know them first, and then to express them. And often it comes through like just this light, it just comes up, and this truth that you don't even know it's there, but that can rattle the nervous system, and it can feel quite unsafe in speaking that, because maybe you weren't safe in speaking your truth and what you wanted, what you desired. Were you asking for too much? Were you too much? Or you're not enough? All this patterning is coming up, and when I'm saying you're conscious of it, you can see it for the illusion, the untruth that it is. Yet if you're not conscious, you just sort of loop in that patterning, and you just give it more emotion and energy. Emotion is energy in motion, so you're creating this vortex that you don't actually want to be in. And so when you're conscious, when you break patterns, when you create space, when you connect to your body, for women, when we connect into our womb, for men, when your heart and your hara, you're starting to truly ground yourself to truth, what your real truth is, and you feel it viscerally. And I'll bring some science in here. Your vagus nerve is actually 80% of it comes body up to brain. It's not brain down to body as much as we thought it was. And actually, so the big wisdom is from our body up. And so this, for me, is all about being in my body. And yet, the barrier to that was body dysmorphia, not thinking I'm good enough. And so there's always been that rejection of my body. And now it's like, actually, the truth is, when you connect and love your body for what it is, and this miracle that it is, and for women especially, to find those buttons, to realize that you're in a fucking Ferrari and you just haven't quite worked out how to use it yet. And then that, for me, when you're moving through that, you're just going to shift through this imposter phenomenon, this syndrome that we have. And you'll just start becoming this full radiant person, being that you are. And for those that aren't as conscious, will be seeing this as they'll be exploding. I've been seeing that. A lot of people that aren't being conscious or doing the self-awareness practices are exploding. They're like volcanoes. They're just like, have got all this rage and anger coming up, and they're projecting it outwards onto others. And so it's easier for them to think, well, it's them. That's the problem. Rather than taking responsibility for themselves. And to address what that is going on underneath there. I mean, because, you know, often there's a part to be the perpetrator. What I've seen is that response can often come from a place of being a victim of, you know, but they're not been dealing with that. And their nervous systems aren't being regulated. This is so important. I can't express how important it is to look after your nervous system. Because even if you want to do something, if your nervous system's got the brakes on it, you're just going to create complete resistance. It's like having your foot on the accelerator and you have a foot on the brake going, fuck no, okay? You've got to take that foot off the fucking brake, but you can only do that if you've done your nervous system work. And holding awareness of self, it's such an powerful tool to be able to become much more aware and to know your baseline, your truth, your foundation is love, joy, and peace. And when it isn't that, it's like, okay, become curious, become compassionate to yourself to understand, what is this? What's the layer? And just keep asking that. Okay, thank you for revealing to me what I need to know today. How is this working for me? How can I shift this? Just become curious of it rather than in it. And that's the difference. That's the pattern breaker. And where I was leading with this is ultimately about connection to your body and remembrance of who you truly are, and that you are this beautiful love. And when things aren't in alignment, when experiences or people and things aren't in alignment, when you start to find your healthy boundaries, that's okay. It is okay. You are safe to let go of any form of attachments when you start to hold that security within yourself, that safety within yourself. And then when you do this is the masculine energy that I say. So it doesn't matter if you're male or female. The masculine energy, which I think is really important for women to acknowledge, is that discernment. It's the protector, but from a place of love. It's for self, like knowing your value, knowing your worth, and fucking honoring that, and finding the voice to that, but also letting go of the belief systems and the patterning that has you as the people pleaser, to think you can't ask for too much, that you're not worthy of it, and that you're not safe to ask for this, or, you know, require more. It will move you through that. And to be honest with you, right now, I mean, this has been a choice for me doing my healing. And you know, it's been a long, you know, it's been years. Obviously, you're always healing, but much more consciously. But now there isn't going to be a choice, shall I say? And now I say that in a really nice way, because ultimately we've always got a choice. That's the beauty of free will. However, we are going to be really taken to our edges of looking at ourselves to see where we're not in alignment, where we're not in our truth, where we're not really living to our joy, our pleasure, our bliss, our love and peace, and all of this and abundance is all going to be coming up. Now we can either go, okay, thank you, I'm curious, show me and how I can move through this, or others will be completely blinkered to it, and it will be coming up in so many ways. It will coming up in stress and overwhelm, anxiety, illness, like pressure points, inflammation, pain, dis-ease. It'll all be coming up because it's the body trying to tell you you are not aligned to your truth, your joy, your pleasure, and your bliss. Your body holds everything you need to know, and the journey is about connecting to that and understanding that and being so grateful for that. And so it's like our soul remembrance is coming from our bodies. Our body is holding it, and it's calling us back to reconnect, to understand our beauty, our light, our power. And this is the work that I do. This is the work that I do through hands-on, whether it's through the Love to Heal course, through the Daughters of the Golden Rose container, and equally what I'll be starting now with the pathway of the Violet Rose, which is all of this. It's where you've done so much of this work and you're ready to fucking get out there and be this true radiant self, to stick scarcity up the arse and to like basically go, no, life is abundant and I am just breaking free from all these patternings, and I'm going to choose love, I'm going to choose joy, and I'm going to choose to be able to live in alignment to my joy and serve in that way that serves joy, to help others and to create that. But we always do it from ourselves first. And so yeah, this is where we are being really guided, and July is hugely planetary like shifts, and I feel every sort of planetary shift in my body, and I able to be able to process that, and I can communicate that back, and how is that relating to us in a physical, emotional, mental, spiritual self. And so we are going to be called up, we're being called out, and to really find ourselves and our truth. But it's really fucking exciting when you become conscious of this, when you become curious of it, and kind of, I know before, normally when you go for never healing, awakening, it's like, oh, holy shit, not this again. But it's like, for me, this feels like, no, when you can be conscious and you go, there's an old pattern, I can see it, I can process it, I can alchemize it, I can dissolve it, I can bring it back to intelligence and wisdom. I don't just fall into the circuit of it and just go off out to sea with it. I can actually see it for what it is, and I can transmute it into an embodiment of wisdom. Complete divine alchemy right there. Okay, so if any of this is resonating with you, give me a shout. If you want to come on this pathway of the Violet Rose, let me know. And go steady with yourselves, people. Go steady. This heat that we've had is in the summer solstice. It's really been about slowing down and not trying to push through it, and to hold a reflection of self, like a stillness, like a gentle stillness, like really honor, like if you think about summer solstice, where it's come from the winter solstice, like the deep dark depths of winter. It's about, look how far you've come, look how many seeds you've sown, look how much you've grown. And it's just taking that quiet moment of going, shit, I'm fucking amazing. I'm like, I know I've still got growth, but look how far I've come. Let's stop looking at where we've got to be and look at where we've come from, and really celebrate ourselves. This is where we're at right now. And when we can take stock, when we can hold that embodied understanding how far we've come, it's like we create a new beautiful foundation to be able to then grow from. But we can't just keep pushing until we've just acknowledged how far we've come. And this is where we're at. So I just invite you to take moments of space, of stillness, of being in nature, and allow that grace of stillness, allow the feminine way, because this is also what we're doing, is we're moving out of the doing, the pushing, the masculine, that industrialized soul way of living, to create from the place that is the feminine, of Sophia, of heart of source, to start to bring in what is truly needed on this planet for humanity. And this is where we're going. And when we can be in the flow and alignment of that, it's much more graceful. Our nervous systems are much happier, our bodies are much more energetic, and It doesn't feel like much effort. So I'm really looking forward to how this really shows itself. So lots of love.